In North Carolina, parents have a legal duty to financially support their children until they reach 18 years of age and have graduated from high school. In most cases, the amount of child support a parent is obligated to pay is calculated pursuant to the North Carolina Child Support Guidelines. The guidelines apply to cases where the parent's combined gross income is $300,000 or less per year and take into account the proportion each parent's income contributes toward the total income of the parties. Gross income includes, but is not limited to, salaries, wages, commissions, bonuses, dividends, severance pay, income from rental properties, Social Security benefits, workers' compensation, and disability payments. The amount of child support each parent owes depends upon several factors, including the number of nights the child spends at each parent's residence, the cost of the child's health insurance, any work-related child care expenses, and any extraordinary child-related expenses. Extraordinary expenses include such things as special or private education to meet a child's particular educational needs, as well as expenses incurred for transporting the child between the parents' houses. When child support is calculated pursuant to the North Carolina Child Support Guidelines, one of three worksheets will be used: A, B, or C. Worksheet A applies when one parent has primary custody. Worksheet B applies when the parents share custody. And Worksheet C applies when one parent has primary custody of at least one of the children and the other parent has primary custody of the other children. For example, if the parties have 50-50 custody of their two children, we will use Worksheet B to calculate child support. If we assume mom and dad each make $5,000 per month, and mom pays $200 per month for the children's health insurance, as well as $1,000 per month for work-related child care expenses, using the child support guidelines, dad would owe mom $600 per month as child support. In certain circumstances, however, the child support guidelines do not apply. In those cases, child support will be calculated based upon the needs of the child and the ability of the parents to pay support. One circumstance in which the guidelines do not apply involves cases in which the parents have a high combined income. If the combined gross income of the parents exceeds $300,000 per year, rather than using the child support guidelines, evidence of the child's actual expenses will be used to determine the appropriate amount of child support. Another circumstance in which the guidelines may not apply is if either party requests a deviation from the guidelines. A deviation may be requested if application of the guidelines would be unjust or inappropriate. For example, if the guideline amount of child support would exceed or not meet the reasonable needs of the child, a parent may request a deviation from the child support guidelines. If you are involved in a case in which child support is to be determined, you should consider consulting with a family law attorney, since the amount of child support may vary depending upon a number of circumstances.